Hello students, welcome to the online tutorial for Vidyabhan Higher Secondary School. This video is for class 10. This video I'll complete with the chapter or I'll start with the chapter 5, that is the environments, its resources and their conservation. So let's not waste the time. Let's get started. In this pre-annual you are having all the 5 chapters. Along with it, you're having all the 5 chapters. So this is the 5th chapter. This is a new chapter for the pre-annual. So let's not waste the time and let's get started with this chapter. So over here in this chapter, we'll first learn about what is nitrogen cycle. So what is nitrogen cycle? The cyclical events from which the atmospheric nitrogen is converted to nitrates, nitrites or ammonia or any other nitrogenous compounds, and what happened, and from there it is being absorbed by plants or animals. Okay, and now these plants and animals, they died. So these dead organic matters gets deposited into the soil. Now from the soil these ammonia are being decomposed. Ammonia or other nitrogenous products are being decomposed, and ultimately they release the nitrogen into the atmosphere. Okay, so this is the nitrogen cycle. That means atmospheric nitrogen are being converted into nitrates, nitrites, ammonia. Those are being taken or absorbed by plants and animals. Now when these plants and animals dead, okay, their dead organisms or their dead bodies get mixed into the soil. Now the soil are also getting these nitrogenous compounds. Now the bacteria which are in the soil, they are decomposing those nitrogenous compounds and are releasing free nitrogen back into this atmosphere. So this is the nitrogen cycle. This is a definition of the nitrogen cycle. Okay, now we will see the cycle, the nitrogen cycle. So at first nitrogen. Now this nitrogen, by nitrogen fixation process. Nitrogen fixation means nitrogen is being fixed up. Okay, is being converted into nitrates. Okay, now these nitrates or nitrites are being converted into NH3, or you can say ammonia. Okay, now what happens? Now these ammonia are being absorbed by the plant in the form of amino acids. Amino acids in plants, right? Now what is happened? Now these plant or these amino acids or the proteins will be transformed into the animal in the form of animal protein. We already know that protein contains huge portion of the nitrogen. Now due to their death, okay, the plant and animal, their death and their auxiliary products are being, death or excreta are being released into the soil. Okay, now organic matter into the soil, being released into the soil. Now there are different types of bacteria like ammonifying bacteria, nitrifying bacteria. Okay, so ammonifying bacteria, nitrifying bacteria. Okay, they are actually converting all these into nitrates or nitrites. Now there are denitrifying bacteria. Now denitrifying bacteria, what they will do? This denitrifying bacteria, they will convert this nitrate and nitrites into the atmospheric nitrogen and will release it into the atmosphere. So this is the entire cycle, or you can say entire nitrogen cycle. So these are the stages of nitrogen cycle. 6 stages: nitrogen fixation, nitrogen assimilation, ammonification, nitrification, denitrification, sedimentation. So at first we will start with the nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen fixation means the process of conversion of atmospheric nitrogen into physically or physiologically acceptable nitrogenous compound. That means, in simple words, from atmospheric nitrogen to nitrates, nitrites or ammonia or any other nitrogenous compound. This conversion is termed as nitrogen fixation. Now, there are 3 types of nitrogen fixation. What are they? Number 1, physicochemical, or you can say physical nitrogen fixation. Number 2 is biological nitrogen fixation. Number 3, industrial. This industrial process is termed as the Haber-Bosch process. Okay, so there are 3 types of nitrogen fixation. Now, we will go in depth for this one. Number 1, physicochemical. Okay. What happens in physicochemical? The atmospheric nitrogen combines with O2 or oxygen, atmospheric oxygen, due to thunder and lightning, and produce different types of nitrogenous oxides. At first it produces NO, or you can say nitric oxide. Then 2NO combining with again O2 in presence of lightning and produce nitrogen dioxide or NO2. Next, this NO2 combining with again oxygen and produce nitrogen pentoxide, N2O5. Okay. So now this nitrogen pentoxide, what happens? This will react with the rainwater and will fall on earth in the form of it will fall on the earth and it will react with mineral compounds and will form nitrates and other nitrogenous compounds. So this is about the physicochemical. Now I will go for the biological. Now biological is again of 3 types. What are they? Autotrophic, number 2 heterotrophic, number 3 symbiotic. Okay, now biological fixation means what? That means the atmospheric nitrogen are being converted into nitrates or other nitrogenous compounds with the help of living organisms like bacteria. Now autotrophic, heterotrophic examples are nostoc, azotobacter. Okay, symbiotic bacteria is what? That means this symbiotic bacteria, it is found in the leguminous plants. Leguminous plants are what? They are their roots having small swelling. Okay, within the swelling there resides this symbiotic bacteria. So this symbiotic, the word came from the word symbiosis. Symbiosis means mutualism. Okay, that means give and take policy. Okay, so what happens? Leguminous plant giving shelter to this symbiotic bacteria, giving food to this symbiotic bacteria, and in return this symbiotic bacteria fixing the atmospheric nitrogen and producing nitrogenous compounds and are serving these nitrogenous compounds to the plants for the synthesis of protein. So this is the give and take policy between the plants or leguminous plants and the symbiotic bacteria. This process of give and take, this process is termed as symbiosis. Examples are rhizobium. Okay, these are the certain examples of symbiotic bacteria. There are many non-leguminous plants. Okay, we over from the symbiotic bacteria we have understood that the leguminous plants are able to synthesize or able to capture the nitrogen. But there are many non-leguminous plants which are also able to fix atmospheric nitrogen. Some of them are Alnus, Pavetta, Casuarina. So these are the names. These are the plants which can fix nitrogenous or atmospheric nitrogen, being non-leguminous in nature. The next process is industrial nitrogen fixation, or we can say Haber-Bosch process. What happens over here? This process is mainly used for agriculture purpose. That is, it is mainly used for making fertilizers for agriculture purpose. What happens over here? Nitrogen combining with hydrogen under high atmospheric pressure, 200 atmospheric pressure and high temperature, 400 degrees Celsius temperature, ultimately produces NH3 or ammonia. Okay, this is mainly used for agricultural purposes. Okay. Now this is the overall equation for nitrogen fixation. Atmospheric nitrogen combining with hydrogen. By the process of nitrogen fixation, it is giving ammonium ion. Now this ammonium ion in association with oxygen, okay, giving rise to NO2 minus, or you can say nitrite ion and nitrate ion respectively. So this is the overall equation for nitrogen fixation. Now there is the N2 assimilation or nitrogen assimilation. What happens over here? The process by which inorganic nitrogen, that means after converting into nitrite, ammonia, these inorganic nitrogen are being assimilated or incorporated into the cells or tissues of the plants. And now these inorganic nitrogen are incorporated in such a way that the plants are making amino acids or proteins from those inorganic nitrogenous compounds. This process of incorporation or assimilation of the nitrogen within the plant body is termed as the nitrogen assimilation. Now what happens? Next step is ammonification. Now already there is presence of ammonia, nitrate within the plant body. Now when the plants or the animals are died, they are being mixed into the soil or they are being buried or deposited within the soil. Now the ammonia from the dead body comes out into the soil. Ammonia means NH3, right? Now there are huge number of hydrogen ions present in the soil. Now those hydrogen ion will react with this ammonia and will form ammonium ions. Okay. So this process of formation of ammonium ions from ammonia, this process is termed as ammonification. Next is that nitrification. What happens over here? The NH3 or the ammonia, okay, are being converted into nitrate via nitrite. That means it is being converted into NO2 minus and ultimately to NO3 minus by nitrifying bacteria. So this conversion of the ammonia or the ammonium ion to nitrate via nitrite, this process is termed as nitrification, and the bacteria who are doing it, they are termed as the nitrifying bacteria. Some name are Nitrosomonas, Nitrobacter. Okay. Next is this denitrification. Denitrification is the opposite step of the nitrification. That means what happens in case of denitrification? In this denitrification, the NO3, NO2 or any kind of other nitrogenous compounds like ammonia are being converted or reconverted and ultimately give rise or release the atmospheric nitrogen and release it into the atmosphere. Understood? The final process is sedimentation. Over here what it means, that means the nitrites from the soil are lost and are trapped inside the rock. Now the nitrogen from the rock will only be released when it is weathered or being the layers of the rocks are being destroyed. So these are the steps of the nitrogen cycle. Now we will see that how the human activities affects the nitrogen cycle. First of all, increased concentration of different nitrogen oxides may cause serious greenhouse effect. Okay. Next is that increased regional concentration of other oxides of nitrogen may result into air pollution, and due to deposition of different acids of the nitrogen, the soil, the water being acidified and thus getting polluted. Okay, now the significance of nitrogen cycle. First of all, nitrogen cycle, why it is important? First of all, to maintain the nitrogen balance in the nature, and the second, which is the most important one, that all the proteins in our body are made up of nitrogen only. So it is one of the importance that proteins cannot be made without nitrogen, and hence our life cannot go on without nitrogen. Okay, so this is till this much. I'm completing this part of the chapter. I hope you have understood. If you're having any problem, then do let me know. Thank you.